But how many of you, and this is a very important question, how many of you consider yourself to be honest and at least reasonably intelligent? May I see your hands, please? How many of you honest, intelligent people, as a general rule, get about twice as much work done on the day before you go on vacation? Can I see your hands, please? All right. Second question. How much more did you know on the day before you went on vacation than you knew the day before? Would you agree that it's minuscule, just a very, very little bit? And yet you doubled your performance. Why is that? Well, if we can figure out why and learn how, and then repeat it every day without working any longer or any harder, does it make more sense that we would be more effective on our job, more beneficial to ourselves, to our family, to the company, and to the community? Does that make sense? Answer is yes. I'll help you with the tough ones, okay? There's no question about it. How many of you on the night before the day before vacation, incidentally, we're on pages 82 and 83 of your workbook, and you might want to take some notes as we go along. How many of you have noticed on the day before vacation that the night before that day, you got your laptop out or just a sheet of paper and said, tomorrow I got to do this and this and this and this. That's what we call short-term goal setting. Now, how many of you also on the day before vacation, when you got to work the next day because you had lined out a plan of action, how many of you when you got to work immediately got busy and went to work, okay? How many of you have noticed that as a general rule, people with nothing to do want to do it with you? Can I see your hands? Did you know that according to the research, a little over 1 hour every day is wasted in idle conversation? Much of it gossip, having nothing to do with your performance on the job or helping anybody else perform better. On a typical day, how many times do we see people walking around, you know, and somebody says, I want to ask you a question. It won't take but a minute. And somebody else says, wait, I just have another question myself. It'll take about 2 minutes. A little over an hour a day is wasted in idle gossip every day. That's 5 hours a week. That's 250 hours a year. That's 6 weeks of life totally gone to waste. As a matter of fact, I just told you a half truth. Because when you're talking to those folks, ladies and gentlemen, that means at least 2 people are involved. I have no research to prove this, but I believe that many small companies have gone bankrupt because they did not recognize the value of a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Roger Staubach, you know, went to Naval Academy, and then he played football for the Cowboys. Roger Staubach told me one day when we were together, he said, Zig, I did something that a lot of people find a little surprising. I made my best grades during football season. He said, you know, my schedule was so tough, and the practice was so demanding. When I finished the practice every day, he said, I immediately took a shower, immediately got into my books. I recognized everything. It's not lack of time that we suffer from. It's lack of direction and commitment in our lives. A minute can be enormously important depending entirely on which side of the bathroom door you're standing on. So when we start taking care of our minutes, now you know earthquakes and hurricanes get all the publicity, but did you know that termites do more damage than both of them? And they take such little bitty bites. But there's so many of them, and they keep on biting and biting and biting. Little things done on a daily basis as a habit will make all the difference in the world. The reason on that day before vacation you get more done is you've got a game plan and you accepted responsibility to following through on it. That's the reason you perform better, and I want you to think about this. If planning one day of your life can make such a radical difference in that day, what a difference a game plan for life would make. Now, what I'm really talking about is attitude. Attitude involves everything that we do. And I'm also, ladies and gentlemen, want to tell you what the healthiest attitude of all is. It's the attitude of gratitude. Psychologically speaking, Dr. Frank Menrith of the world-renowned Menrith Clinic says the more you express gratitude for what you have, the more you will have to express gratitude for.